here, the read button. So if I click the read button, you'll see it turns blue, and when I start to drag my cursor across, it has the speaker attached to it. So we just click on the first word.
No answer. Tom. No answer.
And when I want it to stop,
no answer. The old lady.
I just click again anywhere on the page and it will stop. So that's one way of using it. The functionality that I can show you on this page is the readability level. So for instance, what you can do is you can click on this so it turns blue, so that tells you that it's on and working. And now I'm going to click here, and I'm showing you sort of what not to do first, because this is a very, very long document. The whole book is here. So if I do this, it's giving me the pinwheel of death because it's trying to level it's trying to change, and I'm going to show you what these crosshairs are supposed to do. This is a selection button, so when you click it and it turns blue, you'll get this yellow crosshairs along your screen, and you can see that if I push down and drag, I can select a specific paragraph.
The old lady pulled her spectacles down and looked over them about the room.
Now say, I don't quite understand what this word spectacles means, or seldom. So I'm going to go over here to my leveler, and I'm going to click on this. And what you'll notice is, get myself out of the way here, is that it comes up, since it's a selection, it'll come up as a separate selection. And so the old lady pulled her eyeglasses. Now I know, and so if I drag my mouse over it, it even tells me her spectacles, her eyeglasses. And she seldom, she almost never. You want to read this to yourself with the simplified language.
The old lady pulled her eyeglasses down and looked over them about.
So there you go. You can level a passage, and then on top of that, read the leveled passage to yourself. Here's another functionality that's really interesting. Now, once again, I'm going to use my selection device, so this right here is this symbol here for translation, and you can translate selected text. So I have it translated here into Spanish, because if you go into here and you right click, so this is a right click on there, you can go to options, and you get to choose from all the languages that are available. That's Google Translate. And then, even better, it can read it to you in Spanish. If you're not a strong reader in your native language, you can have it switch to the reader.
La anciana se bajó los anteojos.
Now what you'll notice is that it only highlights the first word. So there we go. So that's just for text. Now let's take something a little more like actual website type stuff. So I found this website. It's about what the different parts of a bandsaw is. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this because I want you to pay attention to this image. Snap and Read will not read the image. I'm clicking on the words, nothing's happening, it's confused. So this is where your crosshairs comes in again. Now, if I do this, this is also what not to do. See, it's going to process, it's going to try to process this. And then
tracking knob, quick tension lever, tracking lug lathe, blade tension scale, guide post, EA earwicking, AE blade tension, hand wheel, GSJA ground pocket point.
So you're noticing that it's starting to read the background code here. So when you're trying to read a picture like this, use the crosshairs and really just highlight the word that you want to read.
Blade tension und wall.
See, and it didn't quite get that one. What about this one?
Rear rail.
So there you go. That one it got.
Pulley alignment hub.
There you go. So if you do it one at a time, it will definitely read. And then you've got your words underneath here.
These are the parts of a typical bandsaw.
So let's see, if I select words on a page,
These are the parts of a typical bandsaw.
and then click that,
Frame.
it'll start reading the
Structure
words that I've
supports the rest of
selected.
the band.
Okay, now let's talk about PDFs a little bit, because here I've got a worksheet for math. This is going to show you some of the limitations of Snap and Read. I hope to have shown you already how much it can actually bring to your students. So here I go with the Speak tool, and I can click on this.
Algebraic expressions simplify the following expressions.
So it's reading the instructions just fine. But now let's see what it does with this.
1. 5a plus 6a equals 2. 3a plus a equals 3. 8a. 3a equals 4. 4. 10a. 2a equals 5.
But it can still help a student read. Now this is clearly an image. If I click on it,
Worksheets copyright 2012 to 2013 by education.com.
it's just starting to read something that's way above in the document, and it's not registering that this is where I want to start to read. At that point, that's where our handy dandy crosshairs come in, and you'll notice something else here. With this being such an elaborate image, you're going to notice another limitation here.
A. O. W5E Corby 4.
It's reading the code
OE1.
behind it.
OD11. Complete the algebraic equations.
So it can definitely read instructions on these things.
Exponents adding exponents may seem like a daunting task at first, but once we know a few KEY terms, YOU will find.
So once again, let's see if it'll read it better with the crosshairs selecting.
Adding exponents may seem like a daunting task at first, but once we know a few key terms, you will find that adding exponents is not so bad at all.
There you go. So the word daunting here is misspelled, so that's why it's saying daunting. It can't correct spelling mistakes in the document. And we hit our leveler here because we've got some adding exponents may seem like a daunting job. They switched that for task at first. You can move this. Translated job to task, task to job. Here's another PDF with mostly words on it, and I want to show you that this makes it a little bit easier.
Trade the beginnings of Ghana in the 400s. A group.
Because this is only words, it's a lot easier for Snap and Read to figure it out. And this is kind of what you'd want to use it for anyway. And if you wanted to, once again, just hit those crosshairs and just read one specific paragraph to yourself. See, it's still processing.
The Empire of Ghana, although founded.
So I'm going to stop it there, unclick that. I'll translate this. And here we go. There's my translation. And if I click on the mouse, it'll translate it back. Because once I do that, there you go. So the final thing that you can use Snap and Read to do is create outlines. And that is down here in the lower right-hand side, this arrow here. If I click that, it opens up an outline box. And I can hit that I want a new outline, and I've selected this cell biology lecture here, CNC, meiosis, and mitosis. So what I'd want to do at this point is read. I can start to create my outline by simply highlighting terms. And then, so I got mitosis up there. So it's a form of cytokinesis. Boom. Now, since I'm trying to make these in order, I can indent that and be like, okay, mitosis, it's cytokinesis. Meiosis. Let's hit that enter button to get a new thing. Guess what? It's also cytokinesis. Oh, I wrote it twice, no problem. Throw that one in the trash. Do this one, indent. Okay, so the end result of both are daughter cells produced from a parent cell. That's your definition. And then the two processes differ in two fundamental ways. I can see, oh, 2 rounds, huh? Okay, so 2 rounds goes with meiosis. So here I go again. And mitosis only has 1 of each. So I can just move that over here. Unclick that. And move this up here to mitosis. And so as you can see, I can just select. Oh, that goes here. I can select stuff, move it around. No big deal. All of my sources are immediately cited, so this website is the source. But if I wanted more sources, I could obviously add a link here. I could link to another source by clicking on this and manually cite a source and fill it all in. Say if I had a textbook that I wanted to reference rather than a website, that could work too. And then, so I don't have to look for anything. And my outline is automatically saved for me to be able to then write my essay. Now, I can't copy and paste this, unfortunately, out of Snap and Read. So what I would probably do is, you can't select it. See, I'm trying to select it with my mouse. It won't work. So what I would do is either use Ink2Go and save a screenshot, or I would use the snipping tool in Microsoft. So new snipping tool, and I would just go, okay, bam, this is what I want. And then I can just save this as an image and print it out if I'm just using my outline to help me write an essay. That's already pretty handy. So there we go. And that is everything you need to know about Snap and Read.